Hydrogen cyanide is described by the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health as a colorless or pale blue liquid or gas with a bitter almond-like odor. It is a liquid below 78 degrees Fahrenheit and a colorless gas above 78 degrees. It is a precursor to many chemical compounds and is produced on an industrial scale for use in many industries. Hydrogen cyanide is used commercially for fumigation, electroplating, mining, chemical synthesis, and the production of synthetic fibers, plastics, dyes, and pesticides. It has also been used as a chemical warfare agent in the past and has the military designation of AC. NIOSH reports that exposure to hydrogen cyanide can be fatal. It interferes with the body's use of oxygen and may cause harm to the brain, heart, blood vessels, and lungs. As such, workers may be harmed from exposure to hydrogen cyanide, with the level of exposure depending upon factors such as the dose, duration, and work being done. Routes of potential exposure include ingestion, inhalation, skin contact, and eye contact. Some examples of workers at risk of being exposed to hydrogen cyanide, according to NIOSH, include workers who commercially fumigate ships and buildings, agricultural workers who fumigate outdoor pests in areas such as fruit orchards, factory workers in industries that manufacture acrylic fibers, synthetic rubber, and plastics, and steel and iron workers who work in plants that harden iron and steel. To help protect workers, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration has set a permissible exposure limit, and NIOSH has a recommended exposure limit. These are just a few of the many things to know about hydrogen cyanide and potential occupational exposure risks.
Genocide. Noun. The systematic killing of substantial numbers of people on the basis of their ethnicity, religion, political beliefs, social status, or other particularities. Genocide. Verb. To commit genocide against, to eliminate a group of people completely.
And what I think I found particularly disturbing was that a bomb would drop maybe on a crowded, tented area, and then the drones would come down and...
Please take your time. We're incredibly grateful that you're making the time to be here today. So we do appreciate the time that you're making.
So the drones would come down and pick off civilians, children. And we had description after description. This is not, an occasional thing. This was day after day after day, operating on children who would say, I was lying on the ground after a bomb had dropped, and this quadcopter came down and hovered over me and shot me. And that's clearly a deliberate act, and it was a persistent act, persistent targeting of civilians day after day. We had 1 or 2 mass casualty incidents every day.
To testify before you today.
Populated areas. Stop supporting the genocide and ethnic cleansing of the people of Gaza. Cease fire now. Save the children of Gaza.
We're standing up for our interests and values, not shrinking back. Not in the face of Russia's aggression against Ukraine. Not in the face of an intensifying strategic competition in the Indo-Pacific and around the world.
If the witness will suspend, and I ask that everyone again respect this hearing, we will suspend until the room is cleared.
Is calling for a ceasefire. Shame on you all.
Our diplomacy, our development must work hand in hand.
Committee will suspend, and again, I appreciate that people feel passionately about these issues. I would ask that you respect our witnesses and our committee members and allow the American people to hear their testimony.
Come on, I'm an Army colonel, I'm a former diplomat, I resigned on that war in Iraq that you talked about. That was a terrible thing, and what we're doing right now in supporting Israel's kids